in the tournament when they were in overtime against Astralis. He said, I'm just going to pick up the AWP now. You know, he didn't say it as like eloquently as that. I think there were up a few words chucked in, but he managed to get them back in the game, the AWP. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we might be ready. Are you guys ready? Dust 2 is coming up. Liquid versus HellRaisers. Liquid the map advantage right now. And we'll see if HellRaisers can bounce back and take us to a third. We'll have a look at the buys. 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs, a Molotov, and Twist gets a last second smoke as well. This looks like a straight up B rush. All 5 players to this side of the map. And Angels patrolling lower B. They are going into the rush, and Dead Fox is there to defend.
And just tap straight through the smoke into the head of Taco. Alongside Issa can just see a pistol protruding over the box. Really lame. It's a super rough trade, but it is going to go in favor of Liquid now. Back to back. Angel point blank range is going to whiff on a leash, and this looked like it was going to be tied up nicely. Voxic from the shadows is going to strike for 2 alongside Bondic, allowing that flight in a 1-2 situation, and HellRaisers do come out ahead, and that was a much needed pistol round.
Yeah, that's going to get their heads in the game now. They know they can win Dust 2 here. A pretty interesting approach from Team Liquid. We've said before that the B bomb site on Dust 2 seems a lot more viable now, but maybe not so much where Bondic and Dead Fox are finding kills through smokes. They managed to at least make it compelling, but no bomb was planted. Suggests the force spike is coming out from Liquid here in round number 2, and indeed it is. You can see Deagles, 3 of those with armor. Nitro, a little bit less. The Twist gets tagged up by the start. Voxic is winning the scout battle at this moment, and even more so now as he connects his second shot. That's an early 5 versus 4, and Voxic starts to get warmed up at this point. That should be quite a convincing round at this point, where Angels got good positioning, takes 1 more down, but now they need to be careful. No need to overcommit in the 4-on-3.
Mark my words, ladies and gents, you can see a lot more shots through the mid doors from Voxic. He is one of the best players when it comes to consistently landing shots with the AWP or the scout. Taco 1-on-4. Just kills across the board. Bondic, Issa, and Voxic all claiming one to their own. We can add Dead Fox to the mix as he catches Taco completely unawares. Great start for HellRaisers.
Great start. They managed to negate that force buy in the second round. The scout looking deadly. Voxic yet to die. 3 kills to his name. And it should be the full eco now. For Team Liquid, we'll see Glocks and no armor. P250 now for Taco. I'm interested to see what kind of game plan Liquid are bringing to the table here. HellRaisers have a chance to farm some cash there. Round number 3, you can push in towards lower B with the MP9s if you want to. Voxic will look for more kills with the scout, spots the head of 1. And it's actually going to be Nitro stuck in towards that suicide area. 4 players going lower B now. They're trying to challenge the scout. They're going to run out together, but it's straight out for days of the MP9. All 4 kills found, denied the ace by Nitro, but that's a lot of money in the bank there. Vince and Angel will close things out. A nice clean round from HellRaisers. Issa with $9,000 in the bank now. That's not bad at all.
And importantly, shorts and anti-eco, that's a lot of confidence.
Yes, indeed. And the fact of the matter is, they actually want to get rid of one of those MP9s for the first gun round. It actually benefits him dying there, in my opinion. He's got $9,000 in the bank, can't really get much more. Bring out a rifle now and boost the chances of winning this round. As we get into it, they're going to keep the scout on Voxic. He's got $7,000 as well. So looking to save cash instead of bringing out the high-impact weaponry.
Does show, though, that they can have a bit of grit, too. They're not trying to force this. They're not trying to rush it. They're going to take it in their own stride. Definitely respect that from HellRaisers. Double play push on long. Will not yield any kills for the time being. Angel needs to be very careful. He doesn't try too hard to get through the doors, as Nafly was doing some preemptive shots around the corner. Liquid taking control of mid. Still on their side of the doors, however. Not going to be an issue for HellRaisers to deal with anytime soon. You'll have plenty of utility still on their belts. 1 HE tossed out onto shorts. Not going to really do any damage whatsoever from Liquid. Still have all 5 of their smokes, though.
We'll see anything quick at this point from Team Liquid. You see the bomb still relatively close to T-spawn. Naflight is holding for any sort of aggression towards the long doors. And he would be right in thinking there could be a possibility of just that. Angel waiting on the other side of the doors there. MP9 in hand, reminiscent of Snacks sort of gameplay here. As he sits there, baited in by Bondic. So they're trying to use the weaponry they have to the best possible way. Angel with that close MP9, now going to be smoked in. That's such a great smoke. 30 seconds remaining, Vince. Oh, is it great? There's a bit of a gap. It's actually going to send them packing here. They're making footsteps. Angel's heard all of that. They have to go quickly towards shore here. HellRaisers are looking really in charge of this round.
And HellRaisers know if he's heard footsteps, they have to go short or they can find themselves out. This is where the AWP will be ideal. Comes back into seconds and gets it done. The bomb's also sprawled out towards CT. It's going the way of HellRaisers. They're going to take one casualty in the form of Issa, but nefly wants no part of it. HellRaisers off to a 4-0 lead.
This is phenomenal by them. That's a bonus round victory as well, Vince. Very slow, cagey play there from Liquid. Their default yielded almost nothing for them. And here's Bonded getting it done. He's been sensational throughout this tournament. Really enjoyed his anchoring of bomb sites. And this round is no different. Punishes with the Deagle to get the third kill. And that's all down to that one smoke towards long, Vince. If you can save a smoke for 30 seconds and chuck it on the key choke point at that point, like towards long A, that's so good. It pushes them back towards shore. He heard them coming. Bondic was in position, and now they've got so much money here. And now the AWP comes out as well. nefly with a tactical purchase of the AK-47. His teammates will stay on the Desert Eagles right now. So this is just down to your star player feeling like he can get something done. Yes, you might not win the round, but if you can find 2 or 3 kills, get an opening, a bomb plant down, that's great. It means you get extra money across the board. He might be on an SMG in the next one, but it's worth the risk when you've got star players like nefly who are willing to find frags. But it will be Angel to strike first. Might want to continue right at this point, as Naf will take him down, and that gives up the fact they've got the AK-47. Good grenade, though, will do significant damage. My goodness, about 100 there towards shore, and they get locked in by the incendiary. But where are these kills coming from? The Desert Eagles just lighting up the scoreboard right now, and Dead Fox left in the 3 versus 1 out of nowhere. The one AK-47 does it. The Desert Eagles deliver. And it's HellRaisers just looking at 6s and 7s there, Vince. Where did those kills come from?
I think we're going to find out right now on this replay. Elise just teeing off. Oh my God.
Not bad.
That's one way to get back in the round.
Well, there we go. Back in the game as well. And it was looking very bleak at one point, but there it is, the AWP for Nitro. The first time we've really seen Liquid bring out the sniper. Like I said, Dust 2 just demands the AWP. You can't ignore it. As they'll go towards long, but looking 4 players here. Black battle continues. Angel looking to push through the smoke here and take down Swift. The shot. Bondic, who's only good for 1. Now Liquid with full 1 control for Voxic, a very strong member of HellRaisers, has the AWP alone on the site, but this is where you can really punish him if you have presence from short and indeed long. He'll drop the smoke, extinguish the flames, and hit the shot. Unleash goes down. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He's more than capable of defending this push.
Especially now that Catwalk is no longer an issue for him to contend with. There's a second frag. Nitro mid-air. Clay pigeon shooting for Voxic. He also led tackle, I believe, so it's going to force him back, but nefly counteracts with one of his own. There has been enough time, though, for the CTs to make a move towards the A side. It's just on the elevator. And Dead Fox is watching, just making sure they don't rotate and wrap back around through T-spawn. Short to 2v2, but HellRaisers should now be favorites. The angles are covered. Team Liquid, they're stuck in. It's getting claustrophobic, and as each second passes, it goes in HellRaisers' hands furthermore.
2-on-2. They still need to get close to the bomb site here. The crossover is the biggest concern. They only have the incendiary. Dead Fox has locked them in at long doors. They can't remove themselves from this part of the map, and time is ticking away. Is there an open, wide position? Suggests that this could be possible now. They could trade out a kill, but good rotation coming in. They've got players towards short. CT crosses the teammates. Successful here. The incendiary does nothing for him, but nefly comes out on top there. Comes down to the 1v1 in the air. nefly with 4 kills. Doesn't have to plant the bomb anymore. He'll take the AWP into the next. Their money's relatively strong as well. But remember, HellRaisers with that 4-round streak managed to build up a decent bankroll as well. Here's nefly taking down Voxy. That was the kill that really mattered. 4 in total. The incendiary to bait out the CT, and then takes down Issa as well. The buy comes in for HellRaisers. Not as strong as I was hoping for. He's got a couple of deagles there, 2 rifles in the scouts, which can be very deadly in the right hands. Voxic certainly capable of finding headshots with that particular weapon. Zacho spots a player on the corner, falls back with the incendiary deployed.
Going for the force will yield a couple of M4s, Deagles, and a scout. And remember, it was in Elijah's hands where Liquid dug themselves out of a very deep ditch just a couple rounds prior. Deagle really is the pocket AWP on Dust 2. You can do so much work with them.
Oh, yes.
Plus some Kevlar and a kit. So it is a weakened HellRaisers, but definitely don't take them lightly. And sure, Liquid won't be doing that. They're feeling their way out of mid, poking and probing, found nothing just yet. At least they know that no one's close in mid. It does give them a bit of peace of mind to push on Walk.
Make their way up. Remember, FACEIT is alone on the A site, this time with the lesser of the two snipers. Gonna need headshots for days here to pull this one off if they execute towards that side of the map. Taco waiting for any sort of B aggression. They have 3 players on shore right now. Nitro clearing out the close range encounters with the AWP. No CT presence just yet. They are running out of smoke, so, but still, FACEIT will have nothing but Bondik still with his smoke towards long. He can drop that probably around now, which he does. That's gone down the long doors. So now they can guarantee they can actually just focus towards short. I think Bondik can come back. But is it going to be too late? He hits a couple of shots that are significant damage, but will it be enough?
And then really need Bondik now to stand tall, but he's already backed away towards long.
They might as well save those M4s. This round is looking nigh impossible now. I'll save an M4A1S in the hands of Angel. Bondik with the M4A4. And Taco, he's on the hunt.
Certainly is the correct call. Even though 2 scout shots landed, it's going to be frustrating for FACEIT, but it's about playing the percentages. It's about playing the longer game, the bigger picture. It's always the more important. Taco. Exactly the greatest of confrontations. Why is going to get your hand onto Bondik, and Angel goes down 2. So scrap everything we just said, Henry. Going through to the next round.
Nothing at all.
Rest in peace.
They will be fully ecoed by the looks of things, and Team Liquid, after stealing a round away with the Desert Eagle, was a sequence we couldn't even keep up with. They've now got 3 rounds in a row. Presumably 4 of the eco they'll be coming up, and Taco looking like he's picking up the AWP for the initial crosshairs, because Nitro's got a great spawn for long with Elige. I'm almost certain they're going to take it, so we'll follow that thread, see where it leads us. I'm assuming they'll just try and get out long quickly, knowing the money's ruined. Unless they have significant utility, they can't really justify challenging you at the long area. And Elige, Naf, Nitro and Taco making their way towards long. They'll flash out, turn around, and they'll try and get towards that Piz.
There's an Eagle, of Angel. There's going to be the one threat, the one warning sign going off. He's been able to connect, he's going to back away. Mid-push, they've read this. A few steps ahead of FACEIT. The easiest kill he could really ask for. And Liquid should be drawing us back to 4 apiece. You do go back to that round again, the Elige round that you were talking about with the Desert Eagle. This could be HellRaisers. 6, 7 rounds already on the board another day. The grandest stage of them all, though, Liquid hanging on for dear life. Now going to make a maneuver onto A. Angel's going to be watching from CT with his Desert Eagle. Not going to land anything. There was a flashbang in his beforehand. And now Twist is going to be able to once again perch himself up with the AK and rain down some serious pain. It's going to force away HellRaisers. They're going to recuperate. Think about what this next round has in store. It should at least be a buy, at the very least.
I think you might be right. We'll look at the loss bonus right now. That is going to be a 4 stage going into round number 9. They currently sat on around $2,500 per player. So, indeed, they should have more than enough to buy. They're going to have $2,400 on top of what they already have. So, the AWPs will come out. I think it will be the first we might see the double AWP setup. Probably one of the most viable maps on the CT side of the map. It's taking a lot of damage for the door there. Hard to fight kills through, but you can see effective damage found there. Not to be aware of the possibility of sliding style. As I said, double AWP setup is what I anticipate now. We'll see if it rings true, as it's another clean sweep there for Team Liquid. M4s for now. FACEIT can afford the AWP and Kevlar. They've taken a tactical timeout to discuss their options, distribute the wealth accordingly. See them discussing their options now. Issa and FACEIT instrumental in the success of HellRaisers. Currently, It's Bondik at the top of the charts with 7 and 3. Issa 6, Voxic 6. But they're just warming up now. They have lost 4 rounds in a row. What's the play going to be? They want to change their setup somewhat and go for that double orb setup, hit 1 and B, and have more firepower in terms of the rifles towards the mid doors. Have Voxic anchoring the A site and players playing around him. We'll see what the play is. Dead Fox still yet to purchase, as you can see. We're anticipating him to get that secondary orb. Still has $6,000 to his name, and indeed it comes out. So they will be challenging Taco, who seems to be the primary AWPer, at least for now. He's actually got the long spawn. That's why he picks it up. So he'll be going towards that first challenge. He's going to have a lot of players on the other side as well. Can't nail the shots. Pushed off once again by the incendiary. And the CT is safe to cross over towards the pit now.
This is really where the double ops can get implemented. Hold their angles, force Liquid into aggressive peaks, aggressive angles. Bondik is by himself. This could be a bit of an issue, especially as he's the player that tossed out the Molotov just earlier. So he's still got that smoke to blockade off long. Dead Fox prowling on B. He sets prey. Not able to strike. Needs to be very careful. He doesn't overstay his welcome. Could have got sprayed through that smoke. Voxic is going to have a chance of his own. It's a swing and a miss from both the AWPers. And down. Angel's going to follow suit. Twist with a double. The entries once again. The Achilles heel of HellRaisers. And Bondik is the last man standing on the A side of the map. And surely not for too much longer. It's not going to check, and down he will fall. Exquisite work by Twists once again.
Just too much to handle now, isn't it? HellRaisers dropping off after a high-flying start, I have to say. The pistol victory, the bonus round win, and now it seems to be falling apart. Liquid are manhandling them at this point. It's going to be Dead Fox and Issa holding onto their weaponry. Dead Fox doing a great job so far. Takes down a leash as he holds on in towards that B bomb site. They're both positioned there. It's looking likely both of them will survive at this point, as the money really does begin to swell for Team Liquid now. They've got plenty of money. Few of them will be in 5 digits going into the next round. So plenty to work with, pretty much secure for the rest of the rounds here, as round number 10 will be coming in. Dead Fox saves the orb. This is what bonus into the next round. We'll save M4 as well. They actually have a buy there. Dead Fox can drop an M4. It's the same story. They can have all the rifles required going into this one. But we really haven't seen much from them in the last few rounds. Twist is making it look way too easy here as he comes in and decimates his opponents with the AK-47. Fantastic player. Definitely in the conversation for MVP of the tournament so far. And Liquid, a lot of people are speculating they could win this entire major, Vince. What do you think about that?
I think they're definitely in for a shout. If you look at all the other top sort of caliber teams, they've all had shakes, they've all had jitters. Liquid typically have been very good so far. Yes, they had the overtime against Vegas Squadron, but Vegas Squadron are no poor team themselves.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that's a fair shout at the time being with Astralis.
Oh, this B split. Oh no. This is brutal. There's only one player there waiting for them. It's Dead Fox. He's got the second dead. And somehow they're winning the frags here. Voxic and Angel, they'll chime in first, and Bondik with a quick flank here, but he is making a lot of noise and needs to be very careful. And Voxic will get a headshot coming forward here, but it seems like it could fall apart. 3 versus 2 now, and Twist keeps delivering the pain with the AK.
They've pushed in though, Henry.
I don't know
the two
why.
Teammates are. They're miles away.
They were trying to deny the plan. That's what I can assume, because it does kind of make sense, because you remove one player from the situation for 4 seconds, that plant comes in. They're trying to capitalize upon that, but eventually it has let them know this really isn't looking too good now. As they have to defuse that bomb, it's still a HP advantage. Bondik will get destroyed by Twist, who finds his 3rd kill. It's up to Issa now. The absolute stars of HellRaisers making its way forward, applying the pressure here. They're low HP, running out of time. First kill comes in. He knows that Nitro's close. Fancy footwork should lead him to the kill, but no, Nitro at close range denies it once again. 6 in a row for Team Liquid. That was looking like they had a shout in that one. A 5-on-3 to kick things off, but Twist reels it back in for Team Liquid.
HellRaisers straight back into another purchase. Look at the funds though. Liquid, they have so much money in the bank.
They really do. 13k on Nitro, 11 on 5 for HellRaisers. One thing didn't fully invest into the previous round, but all the skills are in vain. They're winning. Issa will take down a lead. Another opening advantage here.
Voxic did the main work though, but Issa comes in with a second. This is more likely. Taco's going to force his way through the smoke, but that's into his own demise. Now Nitro and Naf The weight around the left on their shoulders, the flashbang's perfect. And it's a flawless round for HellRaisers.
Much better. A faster approach there from Liquid, throwing their default away, not going for that long spawn either. Tried to force issue up short. So the reason they're doing that is, Vince, obviously they've tried to go short. They tried to go long at the beginning of almost every single round so far, and they're anticipating the CTs to adjust to that. They start going fast towards short, but Angel and co are ready and waiting. Like you said, clean sweep, exactly what HellRaisers needed. Sure, 6 rounds against them in the row, but it's still 6-5. This is anyone's game. They can come back and win this half. So that's great for HellRaisers, and back to long we go as Team Liquid bombard that area with flashbangs. Alige, Naf, Twist all take over, and Bonding alone on the A side, but he's at least safer now as Liquid players make their way towards the pit. That's Alige who will secure it. And my favorite strategy on Dust 2, if you do get long control of this, you leave normally an AWP or a strong fragger who can hold the pit by themselves. You send everyone back towards shore, and now you know they can't be on the A ramp. You can really execute towards A effectively from the short position. Let's see if they're that way inclined or they'll continue with their long approach. As Naf and co look to be lining up smokes, just deliberating on who's going to deploy what. Voxic now, AWP. He swaps out with Bondic to hold the A site. Smoke for CT spawn by the looks of things. Nitro holding for rotation, so they will commit towards A. Smoke on short, smoke on CT spawn. And Angel looking for intel here, but what a shot from Nitro. That's what his positioning's all about. And they've gone back towards short. That's what we want, Vince. What a lead, waiting along. They can't hold the A ramp anymore. CT have to be. It's ready to do it. Matako takes him down, and this is where things become extremely uncomfortable for Vox. Players all around him now. He manages to, and that could be enough for Dead Fox and Bonded to at least attempt a retake here.
Man, a player of Issa's caliber has got to be landing that shot. That was brutal to watch. It looks like HellRaisers will at least flirt with the idea. 22 seconds left, but Bondic's going to miss the spray. And with that, the round surely will follow. Dead Fox wants out. He's snapping out of round 12. Liquid will get a 7-5 lead. And again, you go back to that Issa miss. That could have been such a power play for HellRaisers. Instead, it's egg in the face.
It really is. Doesn't taste very good either. Dead Fox alone. Textbook Counter-Strike there. As I built it up, if you have long control like that, that's a great objective to achieve in the first few seconds of a round. You get it uncontested as well. You keep the majority of your utility. You can fall back towards short. They allow you up short after they know you've got full long control. Something's gone wrong there. We need to see a reaction. If you lose prime real estate like long A reaction has to come through. You need B tunnels. You can't just allow them to have full control of every sector of the map there. Nitro should have felt more pressure from the tunnels, and instead of being able to focus primarily on that short position, he should have felt a lot more pressure, but still, great shot by him to open things up towards short. Liquid playing a pretty perfect game so far as they've won 7 of the last 8 rounds. HellRaisers with another buy available. M4's saved AK. No AWP for Voxic though, no damage inflicted luckily as they cross over, and a complete change of setup here. Looks like the B rush will be coming through. He's going for multiple frags. He did a boatload of damage there, Vince, but unfortunately only 1 kill to his name, and the B bomb site not completely open. We still have 1 player in the form of Voxic waiting, and low HP players in front of him, but if he goes down with nothing, this could be disastrous.
Authority, Angel with 2. Issa is going to clean up the rest, and Nafly in no position to even contest this. There's still 1 minute and 15 or thereabouts on the timer though. So he can really...
Oh, he spotted
I think he did just spot a pixel going across, yeah. He's hoping to at least get this kill, do as much damage economically to HellRaisers as he possibly can.
Indeed, absolutely agree. Probably can't win the round, but every kill he gets will hurt them significantly in the last few rounds here. Makes his way towards middle. His presence here takes down Bondic. They've got the bomb in B. He doesn't need to be challenging those positions whatsoever. He can hold in CT spawn and just cover their backs and make sure mid's covered. The fact he's going towards middle at all, a little bit baffling for me, but there we go. He's made things expensive, and now there's a chance they could throw this round away. Nafly is incredibly calm and very good with the AWP. He'll throw a smoke out as his time starts to dwindle now. That takes vision away from the CTs. I'll bait out the utility. See, that's exactly what he wanted. He now knows they're both in there. They heard the incendiary and the HE deployed at the same time. Gives them a bit of a cue, a bit of a clue as to what's on the other side here, the B bomb site. 15 seconds coming up. He needs to pick up that bomb, but more importantly, he needs to kill both of these players as quickly as he can. Oh my god, he can pull this one off, Vince. This will be absolutely sensational. He can't find the last frag, but he makes things very, very expensive. Voxic holds his nerve, but at what cost? Because now they're in a really problematic situation. Naf was tantalizingly close to finishing that one off.
Yeah, and he had $7,500, so he can just easily go for another buy anyway. The HellRaisers are in all sorts of trouble. Another tactical timeout being deployed. We'll have the open hands of Voxic at the very least. A dead Fox and Issa only got mid to high $3,000.
Yes. So the last two rounds now, sure they win the previous, but with one player surviving. Voxic luckily brought over the AWP, managed to pick that up, but he only had about 4.5k residual cash. He can drop an M4. There's definitely going to be compromises here that is working out how they can be as efficient as possible with their limited supply of cash. Dead Fox still yet to buy, might have a drop on the floor. Time will tell. This has gone with the FAMAS. Voxic AWP, I dare say he might challenge towards middle now. He hasn't really been that aggressive with that pick towards T-spawn. This sort of round, he might be thinking he wants to go for it, but doesn't look like it. Might actually challenge towards long. He hasn't really been there up close with the or looking at the corner. Even if he gets flashed, he can take an educated guess as to where the players are coming out towards, smoke down, and now that takes his vision away. He's going to fall back to a safer position.
Meanwhile, Angel making a move up mid. Taco's been watching this angle a few times. This time it's Nitro. Doesn't necessarily have to push all the way around until he knows that the entirety of Liquid are pushing on A long. If he dies, this is a huge vulnerability in mid that's going to have to be ironed over from the rest of HellRaisers. This position is so vitally important. Voxic, in the meanwhile, going to be trying to play more passive, using the backside of the site, looking down to A long. And he's about to get tested. There are still 3 smokes and a couple of Molotovs to play with. Taking away his vision, double Molotov in the back of the side. He can't stand in that, otherwise his health will just disintegrate. And Twists once again is getting entries. Voxic though is going to connect. The bomb throws out into the open, and Is able to connect with his Nitro in the meanwhile is doing so much damage towards Catwalk. This round still on Razor's edge. They don't have control of the bomb.
This is looking very dangerous for Team Liquid. Voxic's position, sabotage their attempts towards the A side, but now he's getting a little bit uncomfortable towards the box position here. Players towards short. Nitro, great play. Oh my god, it's sensational as he takes down 2. That could be enough. Dead Fox will at least bring it into a winnable situation now. 2 versus 2. Bomb planted, smoke down. Elise will hold towards Goose. And of course, it will be the boy Naf at the car looking to cause damage here. Great positioning. Guaranteed kill here.
Well, good luck. 40 health, make that 0. Nafly brings in with the final 2 kills. Liquid 8-6 in the lead. HellRaisers are absolutely broken in this last round.
You could see how tentative Liquid were here. The newer player was there in Voxic's position. Nitro's like, you know what, boys? I'm just going to go get stuck in. Hopefully the timings work out for me. He managed to take down the AWP, swings around, finds a player towards short as well. It's those kind of plays that win those incredible rounds for your team. Taco's got the best spawn possible for long. I'm assuming he's going to try and get the pick here. And you can see it's the harsh reset for HellRaisers once again. They've got barely any money. The inches are looking good, but Taco even better. Goes down Angel, takes significant damage for it, but he's got the AWP, Vince. He can just hold up defensively now, even in T-spawn if he wants to, and see whether his team can close out the round.
Does put more pressure on the rest of his team, though. He's in range of any of these weapons now for an insta-death. Voxic with a scalp, that would have been an insane flick, but it's a Liege with his AK-47 tailor-made for entry frags. Alicia spotted his second player, going to be just in the CT side, and Nitro will finish off the rest. It's going to be a 9-6 half as Liquids, they were 4-0 down at one point, really brought it back with a vengeance.
It was looking like HellRaisers were really getting their teeth sunk into this second map, Vince. I was enjoying their style, their energy in the first few rounds. The pistol victory was convincing, but at that point, it all started to crumble as when Liquid won that eco round. The Desert Eagles from hell as they come up towards short. They hit absolutely everything at that point. There was no stopping them. Every round they did give away, which is only 2 after that, they completely reset and punished for it. They looked great. They had good fundamentals, some classic Counter-Strike being played there with the long take mentality, falling back and pincering the bomb site. Just to note, not too many mid-splits there. They were just focusing on their defaults, not too many executions. As we get into the second half here, ladies and gentlemen, it's HellRaisers on the rope to map down at 9-6 in the second half here on Dust 2. 5 sets of armor for the North Americans. No diffuse kits just to add. Dead Fox with 1 smoke and a P250 for Issa. They'll head towards B as well. It seems to be a bit of a favourite in this version of Dust 2. And Taco, the only player to defend them if they want to execute quickly here. There's the smoke, and Taco knows what's coming. He spots many players here, but does significant damage, but no kills coming in just yet.
Here we go. He's rattled off the first head for the Issa. Push from the side though, Bondic will get the hand. It's allowed Nitro to make a move into the tunnels, but he's going to get dealt with too. HellRaisers have the player advantage. The strength in numbers approach should be enough to swarm the site and get the bomb planted, and they've done just that. And now Nafly is going to have a quick peek, protruding around the corner. Finds Bondic, all by his lonesome. Jumping in, trying to fake that Boxic to get rid of all those bullets in the magazine. He's doing a decent job. Finally, they're starting to get... Oh, wow! He's got himself 2, runs out of ammunition. Nafly is able to answer back with one of his own, making his second. Oh, my God! And a third for the 4K. Does he have enough time? It's going to be very close. But I think he has it, Henry.
Hold your breath. It is going to be very close, but it looks like Nafly has pulled off the impossible there. Absolutely amazing display of skill. Nafly, that shot towards the end, Vince, that was unbelievable. My God. So calm as well. Knew what he had to do to finish things off there. 4 kills to his name, and that was looking like it was an open shot case for HellRaisers. The B site under their control. They traded out effectively there to crack open the B site, but it wasn't enough. They're going to have to buy in the second round here. The fact it came down to 1v1, they're trying to surprise early. HellRaisers with the unorthodox fight here in the second round. Is it going to be enough? Time will tell. Incendiary deployed towards the long doors. An interesting bounce off the telegraph pole to get it close and deny the rush. The Dead Fox, he'll have the scout. As soon as they fire off a single bullet of the AK, the CT will know what's up. They are preparing for the rifles in the third, but they need to be very careful and not be taken down. But the sure brilliance of Issa that could be coming out of the mid doors here.
Slowly, HellRaisers snake their way into Catwalk. 4 players strong. Dead Fox, the only player not joining them for the time being. Liquid don't have a huge amount of utility, just on 3 players, one of which is a lonely flashbang for Taco. Unleash.
Did that actually work, that body block?
Did he just block that
He
smoke?
like stamped on the smoke and said, that's not coming anywhere near spawn.
Oh, that's so sick, then.
I didn't even know it was that effective. I didn't think that was possible. Either way, it will be the long and short approach coming in. Actually, all 5 players short. Nitro with the UMP, close range where it does most of its damage here. Good flashbang to buy a little bit of time. Player in front of him connects that shot as well, but this is so hard for Liquid as the X come in. That's more like it from Bondic. 3 kills for him once again.
And they're making a move back, but Taco's going to keep them alive. Going to keep them kicking in this round. They're not able to stop the bomb plant. This is where only that flashbang could be a real issue. HellRaisers are going to double peek him. Walk side. Taco is doing everything he can to buy back time. He needs to play with the MP9. It's all about the M4, but Bondic's picked up a 4K. He's going to be acing out Team Liquid. Taco takes his head, clean off the shoulders, pushing in. But Boxic, partially through the box, is going to clutch for HellRaisers.
Boxic had no armor there. You can see 1 shot from that MP9 correctly landed on the head, would have taken him down at that range. That was so close. It's the 2 AKs, the single scout there of HellRaisers that saved the day. They're back in this game now. That could have been disastrous. They could have given up so much. But it works out for them. Still a lot of work to do here. The force buy and response from Team Liquid. Decent spawn for Boxic. He'll be taking that. He's got the AK-47 in hand. No one to challenge him on the other side, though. So they've got nice long control here to kick off the round. This could go either way now. Liquid, unlikely they win this with the pistols. And that should set up HellRaisers quite nicely. This should lead to 10-8, and then maybe 10-9 of the eco. that will come up subsequently. Dead Fox holding towards lower B. Now they've got long control, just biding their time. Like we said, CTs have to react. If you lose long and you know it, plays like this have to come through. Alige has to hunt for something here, and he's going up towards the top of middle. Is waiting for him, no chance. Alige goes down. Oh, what? No way.
He will go down, but it's at the cost of Bondic's life. And all things considered, that's not a bad trade. Liquid now. Could they be on the precipice, on the brink of knocking HellRaisers down once again? Momentum's just not been working for them, but Dead Fox is going to move away from the thing looming overhead. So it's a win. Oh, what a second! The Nafly with his 5-7 is able to chime in for one kill. It won't be enough, though, to stop the A hit.
That's so sick from Issa. My God, he goes down eventually, but those 2 kills, close range, his reactions are so quick. Taco, 3 versus 1. Bomb will be planted, he's almost got no chance, and they're trying to use that AK as bait, at least Dead Fox is. Allow him to walk around the corner and pick it up, but Taco, he's just going to wait for the bomb to go off and try and steal it away.
It's all about inflicting damage once again. MP9 is not going to be super effective in the next round, you'd have to feel. Able to survive. Mac 10 to the forehead of Taco. Money in the bank. HellRaisers bring it back to just a 2-round deficit with Liquid on an eco.
Wow, this is a game now, Vince. It all stemmed from that second round force buy with a couple of AKs, the Hail Mary. It certainly works out for them, and HellRaisers are deadly on their T side. Watch out when that all comes out and the gun rounds officially begin. Full eco, like we said, Team Liquid almost certainly going to give this one up. They'll go for a fast mid-take. Is an Angel that is going to head towards shorts. Bombs still down in T-spawn. It's going to pick up that early map control and see what they can do with it.
Must know that Liquid are into this very tight economic situation. Don't want to run in head over heels and get punished. They've done it a couple times, to be fair. Liquid in rounds they really had no stake in. They've came out and got 3 or 4 kills. They've even clutched a couple of them. That's going to be very much in the back of HellRaisers' minds. 1 flashbang for a leave. That's all the investment they have coming through into round 19.
If they get even a kill here on the Liquid side, I would be impressed. It's not really much they can do with this particular setup. 1 flashbang, USPs. I have seen full eco victories before, though, so not ruling out anything here, but we'll see. Angel coming up close and the nade towards Goose is going to hurt.
Oh, actually, off onto the side.
It's fine.
They were thinking the right idea is to an A-stack position, an outcut, the CTs, and they will be exterminated. Angel chime in, but Taco has got a kill, so there you go. The bonus is in effect. And a second, come on, HellRaisers, dudes. Come on now.
Well, 2 kills and a bit of damage of League will just fall away and go down eventually. So a little bit sloppier than we anticipated, but a nice idea from Team Liquid. The double stack towards Goose is certainly interesting with the 1 flashbang set up from long A, hoping to find a couple of kills. Exactly what they got, so that's not too bad. No orb for Liquid, money just not there for them. They've got a basic buy here of all the M4s, which just to know are all M4A4s, no kits, and no AWP at all, of course, like that. So it's definitely an advantage for Voxic here. This is where he does his best work. On the T side, it does too. Let's see whether he can find some opening damage here. It's actually a fast play from his teammates. Detecting no challenge towards middle or short, and they've actually got out quite effectively here. Dead Fox to throw some flashbangs towards long to keep them entertained in that particular area. But for now, short control picked up. Not so much at long. Dead Fox awaiting the long doors.
The sun blot out with smoke on catwalk, but there's plenty of fire to play with on the inside. Nitro trying his best to navigate himself to safety, but it's not going to be happening. This full buy from Liquid has been capsized. Hits the rocks. HellRaisers very likely back to a 10-10. Dead Fox making sure there will be no survivors from A site. Twist has been punished, and Taco may not be long for this world. Solid shot to Dead Fox, perfect crosshair placement. Didn't have to move a millimeter, and he will upgrade from the M4 to the AK. That would be an excellent takeout of the round, all things considered. But HellRaisers, Henry, have moved one step closer, and now there is nothing to determine between these two teams.
10-10 coming in, and remember, we did say Liquid have not looked good financially. They go into that round of almost nothing. HellRaisers starting to punish this way, pulling them towards that sports area. Voxic finds important frags of the AWP, and Angel backs him up as well. Dead Fox with a lovely play there. You can see him not overreacting, not overcommitting, just holding the long doors and stopping the CT retreat. He showed presence there at the very start of the round to keep players interested and dump their utility towards those long doors, while his teammates are aware there's probably no AWP available, considering it's Team Liquid and the fact they don't really have the finances to run up anyway. They're not going to have much short vision. They get up there quickly, and it's just so difficult to handle that. A pincer. Ooh. That looked like a shot that was going to connect for me, but
yeah, same.
Not quite. It's the eco for Team Liquid here with 2 rifles available from the previous round.
I was sure that connected in his head.
Yep.
Not even a tag. CS can be a very cruel place at times. Issa, though, not deterred. Of course, there's no way for HellRaisers to know just how close that was. Be backing away. The 2 assault rifles in play. Arsenal of weaponry they have at their disposal, but they've both been taken out. Now it's down to Nafly, M4 in hand. Can he stay this B push? It's all a ruse, though. The bomb is still on long. It's starting to make a move around now. Nafly in a bit of an off angle. Bit of a one and done position if he gets double peaked, but Issa is low. Nafly decides to take the initiative. He is peaking slowly. Go, there's one. Can't transition to the second. Minimal damage inflicted to HellRaisers, and of course, Irish side is going to win the war when it comes to the economy struggle.
And there it is. And HellRaisers take the lead now. Only one player goes down. That's the support of Dead Fox dropped. Round 22 beginning momentarily. HellRaisers look fired up now. Remember, very difficult scenes on the opening map Mirage. They went down 12-3, battled back to 16-10 against them, but now looking like they're in the driving seat here on Dust 2. The orb comes out. Doubly so on Team Liquid side. Nafly and Nitro rocking those weapons. Finally, a decent buy for Liquid here. And it's a long take once again from Issa and Bondig. Twist trying to channel down. The flashes are too powerful. He'll fall back, and they'll try and position towards shore, where Nitro's already got full control of that area, looking towards top and middle.
This time it's long with a double stack on catwalk. Frustratingly for Liquid, they can't see anybody from the T's present. The information hasn't been really gathered just yet. The intel's not there. Checking all the angles. This time Liquid haven't gone for any kind of a push-up mid. It's typically HellRaisers that did that when the roles were reversed. Angel, notably. They must know that so much rests on this round, Henry.
Well, it's a very defensive hold here from Liquid. He got a lead towards shore. Nitro there as well. Making sure they look at the crossover. They're allowing them to have long here, but Nitro, AWP, fixated on shore. Looking for that one kill straight away. Doesn't nail it. Actually takes a lot of damage out to drop the smoke now. Things looking a little bit dicey. That should hold him off though. The smoke ineffective there by the T side. It's up. They'll only make it 2 for a lead. It looked like he was done for there. He gives them a man advantage for the first time in a while on the CT side.
That's ridiculous.
How's he got away with that?
Pushes through 2 separate angles, nearly got damage on a third. Nitro needs to allow one of these, and Bondig and Angel will. They will punish those whips.
And you have to say, Nitro, on his day, is a very good AWP player, but he's by no means world-class. Sometimes not as in tune as other AWPers because he doesn't get to use the weapon as often. You can see those kind of misses come in, and those were very high-impact kills, and once he should have at least got one up there. He misses the initial shot towards short and gets nothing done from the A-bomb side. That's going to destroy his confidence as HellRaisers take the round. Fantastic shots from Bondig coming in once again, and it's up to Taco and Naf now to hold on to the AWPs and T-spawn. HellRaisers starting to run away with this. After winning the pistol in the second half, Liquid have now given up 6 rounds in a row. 12-10 overall. HellRaisers looking dominant on the T side of Dust 2. Liquid just can't get going, and at least got the opening 2 frags there with an audacious push with the smoke. Shouldn't have got that 5 versus 3, but still tries around him. The orbs will survive. They can drop M4s each, but I think a tactical timeout has to happen here for Liquid. Let's get Zeus involved and work out what the problem is here.
Let's see if that ends up being the case.
Yep.
It will indeed, Henry. Exactly as you said.
Yep.
And that, for me, that's one of the things. I'm not sure if you agree with this or not, Henry. I'd be curious to pick your brains on it. But
go on.
One of the things that I think stalls Liquid for being the best team in the world, or having me think that they're the favourites to still take this major, is that they do lack a world-class AWPer.
They have a good, proficient AWPers. They
Yeah.
do not have someone who's going to be a show-stopping AWPer, like your Voxics, like your Guardians, your Oscars, for example. Nitro definitely can do it, and on his day, it's amazing. He looks like he is world-class, but sometimes, maybe like today, he can't keep up and the big shots will be missed and it can all fall apart. So it definitely is a blessing and a curse. Like, they have these 5 rifles that can operate so well together, bring out the AWP when you need it. Sometimes it's great, but sometimes, on some occasions, when it misses a lot of the standard AWP shots, the question is sometimes whether that's going to be sustainable to win multiple trophies across a year. But either way, Naf now will be taking that secondary AWP. It's not, you notice Nitro might have lost all his confidence because he actually was the main AWP in the previous round, and now it's Taco and Naf who will be wielding the weapon instead. So there you go. Maybe that says it all.
Also Voxic, who is so good at piercing the mid doors on the cross, got a great spawn for long, so I actually gave that up for Angel to try and tap through mid. Wasn't able to connect anything. Now long control is starting to come to fruition for HellRaisers. I don't feel it's safe enough to take the bomb across there just yet, but it will be picked up momentarily from the very capable hands of Issa, who's going to give it to Dead Fox instead. Smoke onto mid. Now starting to filter out. Watching the angles, car, pit, all clear. And with this double up setup, they're going to be hoping for shots on the cross. Otherwise, this round will go the way of the terrorists. They want to keep those AWPs going into round 24 if they can see the bomb plant. But actually, they're going to go for the push now. This is shaping up to be quite the scrappy climax of the round. Taco. Oh, that flick onto Issa is disgusting. The bomb's gone and got dropped too. That's going to take them an extra couple of seconds to retrieve it. There's a small gap in the smoke. Nitro is waiting for that flashbang to dissipate. His retinas get burnt out. The bomb will be getting planted now, though. Bonded with a frag onto Twist. You can just see Angel's head protruding over the top of Car, but there's Voxic from long, and NessQuike scampering away to try and save, but it will get denied. HellRaisers 13-10 in the lead. There was a moment there, though, Henry, that I thought feared the worst for HellRaisers.
Well, they could have done a lot more with that Liquid. They actually flashed Nitro, who was ready and waiting to pounce on that A ramp. He actually gets flashed by his own teammates. This was a great shot from Taco to open things up. They certainly had a chance, but here he comes, the man himself. The beast from the east takes down Nitro, and that was really the kill that decided the round for me. Another double up setup. Nitro picking up once again, 13 frags to his name, 18 deaths. The top performer, of course, has to be NessQuike Liquid with 22 kills. He will be using the AWP as well, maybe a similar scene to what we saw against the Astralis. He's like, just give me the AWP at this point. Let me show you how it's done. But a couple of rounds away from finding that point now. HellRaisers looking like they've really ran away with the second half. It's currently 7-1 in their favor on the T side.
A lot of which have been rifle rounds too.
Yep. They lost the pistol.
Exactly. HellRaisers dominant on this half of Dust too. This is really where the lack of warping prowess has become a bit of an issue. It's been exploited from the T's. Angel being lined up for a pop flash into peak. There's actually only one smoke left, Henry, with a minute to play with. There's lots of flashes, but just one smoke grenade.
It's a massive problem here. Terrorist set up towards shorts. Actually 4 players there. This is looking likely to be a full execution. Maybe a mid-split. Like I said, we haven't seen many of those so far, which is such a calling card at Dust 2. Voxic will be there with a bomb towards short. There's a smoke in CP spawn. Don't necessarily have to go off it. But there's another smoke towards the left-hand side to block vision from that position just there. NessQuike now will struggle to see from the window. They actually use it as bait. Angel will be there alone, looking to take down anyone in CT spawn. This is an ingenious strategy. And we'll see if it works out. He has to start hitting some shots now. His teammate drops like a sack of spuds. And Nitro left with the AWP, but that's much better by him.
That's a hell of a flick. 15 seconds left. Can he deny the bomb plant? No. It's going to be planted for the short side. He's trying to waiting for that cavalry to arrive, but realizing he's been left alone. He's been marooned.
This is insane. Nafly still in CT spawn. Angel's there as well. Remember, he pushed through. Naf seems to be aware, though. Nails the shot. Same time, Issa will take down Taco. 3 versus 3. Liquid have looked so weak on their CT side. It's going to take some jumping, acrobatic shots here, but Naf and his teammates are just going down around him. Deadbox will drop a Boxic. He'll punish. Now it's the 1 versus 1. Boxic versus Nitro. But of course, Boxic continues his stunning form here on Dust 2 and gets them one step closer to a third map. It was chaotic, and Nitro with a nice shot there. It just seemed like they were stunned though, Liquid. They couldn't decide, are they going for the retake? Were they saving weaponry? It seemed like a mixture of communications because there was way too much delay on the backup for Nitro there.
Yeah, death by indecision. It took a good 5, 10, 15 seconds before anyone even got close to him. And by that time, his initial impact was for naught. And even though, yeah, he stood valiantly at the end and took 4 players down with him, ultimately, HellRaisers are fine with that. They have bucket loads of cash to go back into this. Barely depleted any of their funds. Still, a couple players well over $10,000. They can buy until the bitter end of this map if it goes a few rounds longer.
It's going to be the eco, by the looks of things for Liquid. They haven't taken a timeout here. No one purchasing anything. Into round number 25, HellRaisers look destined to take us to a third. Double orb set up on the T side. One of the few maps where this is absolutely viable. And the buy actually comes in. Okay, Taco's brought out the AWP. They've got Deagles and CZs. Now this would be some comeback if they can win it. Not even after the full investment. They've gone for Taco spending all his cash. The rest of them on a partial buy here. So, an interesting decision. Mouse Sports like to run this with Oscar. Let's see if Naf and Co can make it work. There's only one player towards B. Oh my goodness, the positioning is just absolutely perfect, but Naf is still battling.
That Molotov is to keep him in the corner. If it doesn't spread, he's basically stuck. Excellent Molotov. HellRaisers ensuring their victory for the 15th round and very likely the map. Taco could do with holding on to this orb. There's still have a bit of funds to play with in the next round, but he beats one too many times. And who else but Voxic landing the headshot round the corner, up through mid. 5 map points to take us to a third.
Absolutely so, Vince. Angel, that's just great play by him. Not the cleanest finish, but those frags were him. They were destined. That was perfect. My God, towards that double door, he made sure he guaranteed the round. MP9 for Taco after losing the AWP right towards the end. Nitro, 16 kills. Twist has dropped off. Only 10 to his name. The way he's been playing this tournament, he's on 10 kills, 20 deaths. Hasn't really been able to shine on Dust 2 at all. Now towards middle now. Bangs, that's a guaranteed kill. Nice work to take down Angel.
A solid start. HellRaisers slip, stumble momentarily. New Team Liquid have the knockout punch in their arsenal. So far it doesn't appear to be so. Again, in terms of utility, 1 smoke and 1 Molotov, both in the hands of Nitro. The rest are flashbangs. So HellRaisers are going to be afforded a chance to go onto Catwalk again. It seems like they may pincer through long additionally. So that man that you just highlighted as having a bit of an off-map, Twists, could be front and center.
Let's see what he can do here. Currently holding flat, but it's a Liege falling back and caught out. Just off here from Liquid. It looks so flat, and HellRaisers anything but. That T-side has been something quite special. You can see how difficult this is to handle. The smokes are down. It's so perfect. Even a nice creative boost here from Liquid yields almost nothing. They're flashed in the corner. Dead box. Final nails in the Dust 2 coffin here. But Twist will fight back somewhat. They have got a kit, but there is a huge, huge problem. The bomb's made its way back towards the B bomb site here. Issa's controlled it. CTs are aware, and their last hope is catching a player crossing over here. Deadbox is smart. He throws the bomb across or smokes it, and B's absolutely fine to plant. Didn't even realize he had the smoke. So this should be it now for HellRaisers unless something magical comes forward from Nitro and Twists.
They still have the Molotov and flashbang. But a 2-on-3, and it's stacked against them. Firepower, manpower. And the positional advantage, crossfires established. They're both going to go through on the same side. They've spotted Deathbox. They're going to get the better of him, but now Bonding is able to pincer and punish Twists. Nitro wanted to be 6 shots earlier on, but not in this one. HellRaisers 16-10, and we're moving to the third map in this best of 3.
Well,